our Take a Look at the Holiday Movie special. Best way to spread holiday cheer is to sing loud for all to hear.
Oh my God!
Or to watch all 300 new Hallmark holiday movies.
Do you not believe me?
We'll talk to the cast of a few. We'll also dip into Christmas and Hanukkah past with some of your favorite holiday stars. That and more as we holiday take a look. That's right, the holidays are here, and there's nothing better than turning away from your family into a TV set.
100%.
Whatever screen you got, watch a holiday movie.
Yep, you gotta do it.
Hey, thanks for hanging out. My name is Mark S. Allen. Happy holidays to you, whatever you celebrate. It's my good friend, Kelly Savannah Deaton.
Hi, guys.
Travel blogger. You went from like Greece to Tahoe in a week.
I did.
How do you travel and at the same time watch all these movies?
I have a very special set of skills.
Oh, wait, is Taken a holiday movie?
I mean, it could be.
Is Die Hard a holiday movie?
That I'm not sure of. That debate rages on to this day.
Yeah, exactly. And pretty much like politics, I go with whatever room I'm in at the time.
Smart.
All right, let's talk about movies right now. Before we get to the classics, Hallmark spit out another like 3,000 holiday movies. So, want to start?
Let's do it.
All right, scouting for the holidays. Sister, Sister, was that part of your generation?
Okay, I was going to say, if you're a 90s kid, you're going to get hit with a huge dose of nostalgia with Tamara Mari because she was in Sister, Sister. So I grew up watching that show from 94 to 99. I was a 90s kid.
Yeah, back in the day, I sat down with the sisters to talk about that show, and they thought I was super creepy because it wasn't appropriate for me.
I wonder why.
No, well, then I said, I have a daughter that's age appropriate for it. We got past that, and then I caught up with her again to talk about this. Take a look.
You are in the Christmas spirit. I love it.
I have had the joy of talking to you since the world first discovered you and your sister, and what an honor it is to talk to you now about the holidays.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I love this movie so much. Just when I think you can't reinvent the genre, you do.
I think because it's about a modern family, you know, and that's what's beautiful about the day and age that we live right now. You know, there are different types of families. And I think representation is really important. My mom has friends where they've had to adopt, you know, a child that may look different than them, but it's more about their relationship and their love. You don't have to look like your mom to be their child, you know? You just have to have that unconditional love and, you know, protection. And that's what makes this movie different.
Amen. And now that you are part of an instant classic holiday movie, what's your favorite holiday movie of all time? Or the first one you can remember?
Home Alone. I mean, Home Alone, I will say Home Alone 2 is my favorite. New York. I love New York. It's just funny. It's a classic. We watch it multiple times. Like, we watch it decorating the Christmas tree, we watch it Christmas Eve, and we watch it Christmas Day. And what's crazy is I laugh hard every single time. That's how you know it's a classic. I laugh every single time. I know what's gonna happen. I know the words. Oh yeah.
Exactly. You know, people are going to be saying the same thing about your movie. They're going to be reciting lines forever. And thank you for making it. You're awesome.
Thank you.
I'm so glad she brought up Home Alone. Now, we'll be talking about classic movies in a minute, but from Hallmark to Home Alone, back to her movie. I love this movie because, like a classic, you want, in the third act, hope to win out.
Yep, and it does. And I love the mother-daughter relationship. And it's just one of those feel-good movies. You know the formula, but hey, Hallmark does it best.
They do. And so there's one out of like 3,000 that came out this year. So we'll get to the next one. I got to take the producers are going, we can't see your face. And I said, yeah, that's the idea. What do you think of the suit?
I feel like it's nice, but it's a little non-committal. Did you order it on Wish?
No, I did not order it on
Wish. Sorry, but there's no beard.
Yeah, what? I'm not Tom Cruise. I don't need a beard. All right, coming up next on this very show, you sat down behind the scenes of
A Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story.
Kind of a Taylor Swift movie, if you think about it, and it stars
Hunter King and Tyler Haynes.
Yeah, well, I hang out with the two of them and the other guy, all three, next. Hey, welcome back. It is our joyful and triumphant Warm and Fuzzy holiday special here at Take a Look. Thanks for hanging out. And for the men and women during the holiday season, you know, serving in 177 different countries and territories worldwide, keeping us safe. Thank you for your service.
Thank
you
you
for watching on AFN. Are you more joyful or triumphant?
C, all of the above.
Good way to be. All right, so our holiday special, we got to get all the Hallmark movies out of the way. We'll get the
Thousands.
classics in a moment. Yeah, we got one down, one to go.
Yep.
This one is called
Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story. Unfortunately, no Taylor Swift, no Travis Kelce, but it does have a sweet cameo with Mama Kelce herself, Donna Kelce.
So you get a little nod to the Swift action.
You
They know what
did.
they're doing.
They know
Hallmark's
what they're doing.
They are not dummies over there at Hallmark.
Not at all.
All right, so you got a chance to sit down with
Hunter King and Tyler Hine.
awesome. One of which we're going to talk about later because they are in just about every other Hallmark movie. Take a look.
So first of all, love the movie. I love the chemistry that you guys have. Was it hard to find that chemistry or did it come naturally?
We spend a lot of time together now. Like recently, we did the
been on a
movie,
cruise
we did
together.
cruise, this, we in Kansas City. So it would suck if we didn't enjoy each other's company.
That would be rough.
I don't know. I might be speaking for the both of us, but I really enjoy Tyler's company. He's just very funny. We hit it off right off the bat. I said earlier, we bonded over our tummy issues.
Tummy issue bonding.
We got an IBS.
And speak for yourself. I hate my company.
You know, when I started this interview, I did not think we'd be discussing IBS, but you know, I'm here
Let's
for
get
it.
into it.
go.
Let's deep dive. We
You're
might
here
help
for
a
the
lot of
scoop.
people, you know?
What was it about the script that made you go, hey, you know what? This sounds amazing. I want to do this.
I keep saying that the first thing I heard when I was on the call with my agent was that Tyler was doing the movie and that it was an NFL movie.
I'm out.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
Who else is in it?
But as soon as they heard that Tyler was involved and that it was an NFL movie, everything else was very hush-hush. NDAs were signed. And then not just any team, but the Kansas City Chiefs. It makes sense. They're both Kansas City based. It was a no-brainer on my end.
Yeah, we were very lucky to have Hunter join us. I did like a collaboration with the Chiefs a year prior. From the moment I showed up in Kansas, started shooting that collaboration with them, I was like, oh, this is a really lovely brand, a really lovely group of people, and I think that there's a relationship here and in a moment that could be really beautiful if we make a real movie.
I know a lot of hush hush NDA, but I must know, is there any funny happenings that occurred while you were filming the movie? Any funny instances you can share?
Donna was in a scene with us, and they didn't tell her where to like leave to out of the scene. And so she just kind of like got up and left the scene, and then she was just sort of standing in the background like this.
But you can still see her because she was still
She
in
didn't know she
frame.
was on camera,
Oh
she was just standing there.
no!
She didn't
Oh,
know
no.
where to go.
Did you have to reshoot the whole thing? Obviously,
Oh, we
you
had to
know.
reshoot it
We had to
anyway.
reshoot it
That would have
from
been
our
amazing
dumpster.
if you would have kept it. That would have been
Oh,
It would be
that's
amazing.
what I was hoping.
It was
Like
so
you
cute.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun to watch them fall in love and the drama and the sports. It has a little bit of something for everybody.
I was going to say, like, this is, again, I'm a jaded film critic, so I turn to Hallmark movies to find what I want to hate about them. And yet again, this is another movie that I turn and say, this works way better than it should. It's the chemistry.
Yeah, it's the chemistry sells it all the way, and like I said, it has stuff for men and women because it's unique in the way it's a sports movie as well. So
Exactly. And if
Yep.
you like one of those guys especially, you're going to like him even more because he's in the next movie.
Yep, 3 wise men and a baby.
Yeah, technically it's 3 Wiser Men and
Wiser
a Boy,
Men.
a sequel to that. And we're going to talk about both as we continue our holiday countdown next. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Dwayne Johnson back there. Happy everything to you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Our holiday special, Take a Look. Kelly Savannah Deaton, Mark S. Allen, and now let's jump right back into more Hallmark movies.
Yep.
We're getting to classic movies in a moment, but right now, so you just talked to who?
I just talked to Tyler Hines and Hunter King.
Got it. One of which happens to be in this movie.
Yes, he has been in almost, I think, 18 Hallmark projects. So he is the poster boy for all things Hallmark.
All right, a little background on this. Back in the 80s, there was a movie, 3 Men and a Baby.
87.
87, as it were. Then Hallmark jumped on that and did 3 Wise Men and a Baby. Then this is the sequel to that, 3 Wiser Men. The baby is now a boy, so it's 3 Wiser Men and a Boy. And I caught up with the aforementioned trio. I forgot one of their names, so I just said introduce yourself. Take a look.
I'm sure he'd be happy to pitch it.
Left to
You
right,
doing?
introduce yourselves.
I'm Tyler Hines.
Yeah, I'm Andrew Walker.
I'm Paul Campbell.
Good to see you. I'm already in the mood for the holidays, largely because of this. So thank you.
Oh,
for
Great.
Oh, thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
When did you watch it, Mark? When did you watch the movie?
Literally, it hasn't. The dust hasn't settled. The credits just got through rolling.
Oh,
Wow. All right.
How do you feel? Limping? Did it hurt?
No, warm and fuzzy, all the right
Good.
things. And
Great.
it's a bit of a
Love that.
journey.
Success.
It hits some notes that other holiday movies don't hit. For each of you, talk about what you saw that was unique in it.
Oh, this is a nice question. I like that.
Well,
You got
working with a 6-year-old little boy was unique and different for us.
Special man.
I've never done that before. And
Yeah.
also working with multiple 6 to 9-year-olds was a lot of fun. You never know what you're going to get on the day, and it gets you in your body. You know, you're out of your head, you're in your body. You're trying to like wrangle cats and keep everybody excited and engaged and on the game plan as well. And we can't let them get too, can't have too much fun because we got to have a job to do. But then
fun.
You also want them just to start rolling the camera because there's so much magic that happens when you're working with kids like that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think this one has some pretty deep thematic sentiments. It really, like, again, we're visiting the idea of family. One of the things that's beautiful about this dynamic is that we're telling a love story among brothers, rather than sort of boy meets girl. And we get to tell the story from the perspective of family and the beauty and the mess and the vulnerability and all of those things, and sort of deal with the idea of success and masculinity and what all those things are and how sort of messy and fragile all of it is.
Three wiser men and a boy, and let me tell you, look, I was around in the 80s. This movie is better than 3 Men and a Baby, the movie that inspired it.
Is that saying that much?
Yes, that was a compliment. Let me compliment the movie for crying out loud.
I like the movie because it's so unique. It's not your typical Hallmark movie because it's about a love story among brothers, not just a man meets a woman.
And let me tell you, I was one of 3 brothers. Granted, they beat me and shame me on a daily basis, but still, the love between us solid as it is in that movie. I think
and I love their journey and their character arc. I think it's a very enjoyable movie.
All right, so go grab yourself a beverage, cleanse your Hallmark palate, because coming up next, it's our classic movie time. Will Ferrell joining us to talk about classic moments he remembers from Elf and something significant that was taking place during the making of that movie. Also, it is our holiday special. Bring it on, Hanukkah. No one brought Hanukkah to the screens like Adam Sandler. Everybody remembers 8 Crazy Nights. We'll talk about it and more next. Welcome back to Take a Look Holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Hope you are celebrating well, warm and happy, and thankful for the miracle. Look, there's my Christmas card sent to me by Bill Murray. That is a true story. And then I remember that one Christmas that I spent with Harrison Ford on his ranch.
I'm going to call Mythbusters on that. Is that true?
Yeah, the last part's not true.
Okay.
No, we were doing some interview about something, and he kicked me off there soon after.
And that's why you're barred.
And that's why I'm barred from almost anything. Not banned from this show, because it's our show.
Yep.
Hey, welcome back to the show. We finally are getting to the moment that I love, talking about classic movies.
Yes.
Elf. Where would we be about Elf? It kind of makes me feel old because like this was a new movie like yesterday. Now it's a classic.
Yep, 2003, and people really make it a tradition. Every year people are bringing this movie back out and watching it, and it still holds up. It's hilarious, it has heart, and Will Ferrell, it's his first movie out of the gate from SNL, and he killed it.
Yeah, and I say watch it this year especially because we've lost so much. We lost James Caan not long ago. We lost Bob Newhart, Ed Asner. I talked to the legendary Jon Favreau about that. Listen. At this stage in the game, do you still find yourself kind of getting geeked out over people you grew up with? Like just sitting across from Bob Newhart moments ago, I almost like curled up in the corner going, that's Bob
Isn't
Newhart.
it amazing? You know, in Bob Newhart, what's so great is the movie starts, you open up and you see Bob Newhart in an elf costume in the North Pole doing a monologue.
Doesn't get better
Isn't
than
that great? I mean, if that doesn't set up the audience, especially people my age, if that doesn't set up you as to what this movie's going to be about, it's like you're off to the races right off the bat.
Sure.
And he's so dry and so funny. And with Bob Newhart as well as Ed Asner, these are people who have like TV personas that we grew up with. So there's a nostalgic feel to the film right off the bat. But they're 2 actors that have an incredible, you have empathy for. They have such heart, such humanity, that you believe the relationship that Buddy has, that Will Ferrell has with these guys.
Sure.
And it really warms up the film and makes you feel emotionally invested in this story from the beginning.
It's phenomenal. Thanks for making this movie.
Thanks.
It's true. It's true. And who would have known, like from Elf, he went on to, go behind the scenes of Star Wars. He's the guy who said Iron Man should be a movie. He is the wealthiest producer in
Yes,
all of Hollywood.
and then he
now.
went on to do Lion King from 2019.
Mandalorian.
Yep, the list goes on and on.
Stick to the holiday movies. I'm sorry, I digress.
Yeah, me too, sorry.
So back to Elf. Like you said, Will Ferrell, his first movie out of the gate for
Yeah.
SNL, crushed it. And I just remember he was like exhausted during this interview. And you brought up Sarah during the commercial break that reminds us why.
He was training for the Boston Marathon while filming this movie. And you know Buddy the Elf in the movie, his main diet is all candy. And so Will Ferrell was training for a marathon and then stuffing his face with maple syrup and candy and all the elf candy stuff.
Yeah, so get your syrup and your pasta and watch this.
Yep.
Hey, good to see you.
Great to see you too.
As you marched in the room, I heard you chanting, "This is going to be the best interview ever."
Really, this is. I'm putting all my energy into this next 6 minutes.
You just feel it? You feel that it's going to be the best?
Now I'm way too nervous because I set up the expectation.
And also you put all the pressure on me. I don't even have questions. How can you say it's going to be the best interview? I got nothing to ask.
Look, we got a tiny little chair there.
Yeah, did you get to keep any of the furniture, any of the props?
I actually redesigned my house. I got so used to ducking and being in small, cozy spaces that I built a one room that's miniature.
So when you're in full-size, normal-size rooms, you're a little...
I feel agoraphobic.
You got a lot of friends that are into running and racing, and you're training for the Boston Marathon while you're making this move.
That's right. I was actually after a long day of shooting, I would be on a treadmill running 13 miles.
To make you a better actor?
No. It actually hurt my acting.
I just love when he's not saying anything, he's funny. I love that guy.
Yep, he's hilarious. And Will Ferrell, like we said, a lot of people didn't think he was going to be funny in this, like James Caan. He was so annoyed with him. That's a true thing. When you see him annoyed in the movie, he's not acting. He was annoyed and didn't think Will Ferrell was going to be funny. And then he saw the premiere and said, you know what? I finally get it. It's brilliant, Will.
Aw, rest in peace, James
I
Caan,
know.
Ed Asner, and Bob Newhart. And go watch that movie. Yeah, tribute. Kind of a sad moment. We've lost so many people. It's becoming a classic more and more so. All right, speaking of classics, right now let's talk about Hanukkah, the movie that a lot of people go back to and parents don't truly appreciate because it's Adam Sandler-rific.
Yes.
Hey, Crazy Nights.
Yep, and you have all the Adam Sandler amazing comedy throughout. He does everything. He voices all the characters. He is just so funny in this, and you can tell he loves what he does, no matter if it's animated or a real movie. He just loves doing it, and it shows.
It's so funny. We had to leave volume down on this because so much of it was inappropriate, but trust me, what I love about it, representation is there.
Yes.
The love of Hanukkah and Jewish people and all that it stands for is very much solid.
Yep.
And then in between it, there's a lot of Sandlerisms.
Yes, there is, and that's what makes the movie so epic, and people keep going back to it year and year again.
All right, on the way over, you said, hey, could we please talk about this movie? And that movie was The Holiday. Why The Holiday?
Because it's my favorite Christmas movie. I saw it in 2006 in theaters, and now every subsequent year, I pop that baby in, or not pop, we stream these days.
And I love about it the same thing, only it's one of my favorite Jewish movies because it celebrates Hanukkah in a very special way, very organically, and I love that about it.
Yep, and Jude Law.
Yeah, and Jude Law.
And Jude Law again.
Yeah, so many people great about it. I caught up with so many people to talk about it, specifically Cameron Diaz, to talk about her character.
idol.
Listen.
She's got a, she's teetering on the seesaw. She's like
right.
Not very. No, she obviously she has her career figured out. She's doing something she loves. She's good at it. She can apply herself to it.
Sure.
But then on the the aspect of love,
right,
which as we all know, you kind of have to have that. That's what we're here for, isn't it? And
sure.
She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know how to get it. She doesn't know how to nurture it. And so she's clearly finding herself again and again in the same position as we find her when we first see her in the film.
I love the breakup scene in the film, and I'm wondering, pre-fame Cameron Diaz, was there ever a time where you opened up a can of it like that and some guy that did you wrong?
Watch out.
Right?
I think that not in that instance, in the same way, no.
Not so much. Women empowered in this movie. Yes. She brings it, as does Kate Winslet.
Yep, and Jack Black, Jude Law. Yeah. It has just the best ensemble cast ever in any Christmas movie, and that's why I go back to it year and year again.
It does have a good ensemble cast, but the best ensemble cast is Love Actually. Yes. I love this movie so much. When you talk about different types of love stories in a holiday movie, this has 10 of them that all intertwine, and I just love how modern it feels. In some ways now, in some ways no, but still it was a great time. And I caught up with Richard Curtis to talk about it. I talked to Hugh Grant about it. Hugh was getting drunk and made fun of my handshake, so I had to do it twice. And then the director got interrupted by the greatest phone call of all time.
Oh, I can't wait.
Look.
Optimistic and firm, that's what we like things to be.
I'm a little like Princess Margaret with my handshakes. I like them very delicate.
Can I try again?
Yes.
How's that?
Much better. Much better. Thank
That
you.
doesn't, it feels like a corpse, though, doesn't it? Isn't that
I
as
quite like
unnerving?
that. I find that exciting.
Okay, we won't pursue that realm of questioning. And no actor picks his roles because he wants to be more popular as a result of the role. You usually just go into it for the purity of the work. But it's got to be nice knowing that you're hitting a home run with this. Every woman, no matter how liberated, will love to see the Cinderella story played out.
Well, it's wonderful that you think that, and I certainly don't pick my work for the purity of the role. I think you have the wrong party there.
I may have been a little over patronizing with that.
I pick it entirely for how much it's going to make people like me and how much money I can earn.
Oh my God.
All right,
How very
you gotta
unprofessional.
answer
The first
that.
time
You
that's
have
happened.
to tell the audience who's calling the director in the middle of his interview.
It's the great-granddaughter of Sigmund Freud.
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yeah, who's my girlfriend. But look, it was a great opportunity to have lots of actors because they didn't have to do it for very long. They just had 2 weeks each.
Sure.
And so it was basically one long honeymoon. They did their parts, and before they realized I didn't know what I was doing, they were on their way.
Good to see you, my friend.
All right. Yep.
Nice to see you. Cheers.
I'm mortified that my phone went, but thank you very much.
Oh, mortified. That was the best moment of all time. Sigmund Freud's granddaughter interrupting him. They were dating at the time.
That's amazing. Do you still remember that fondly? Does she still contact
No,
you?
that's
Does
the best
she
thing
still
about it.
contact him?
That was all those years ago. They were dating. Now they have 4 children. They're still married.
I love
the
it.
holidays are joyful and triumphant. And
holidays are-
Liam Neeson is that. So we've all gone full circle.
I love it. I love it.
All right, thanks for joining us for Take a Look. Be sure and like and subscribe on YouTube and have yourself a merry little every holiday out there.
Yep.
Peace.
Yep.